Hello everybody, I'm here with Nancy. Thank you so much for agreeing to talk to me about what you are doing with IMWomen.
My pleasure. It's a very important topic, so thank you for having me.
Could you give us a little bit of a background on how it started or what exactly is IMWomen with Infrastructure Masons is?
Sure thing. iMasons started out as basically a nonprofit that wanted to really enhance and amplify what we're doing with the digital infrastructure around the world. And we started realizing all of the different issues and concerns and roadblocks that there were about being able to support this industry. And one of those roadblocks is having a more diverse population that can engage in the industry, both to get the support that we need just to put work in place and also the innovation we need to solve good problems. So IMWomen was a result of that.
And what do you think are the biggest benefits of having that diversity in such an industry?
Diversity is what creates more innovation because you have diversity of thought, experience, diversity of background, culture, gender, you name it, right? So you're going to get all these different perspectives that are really going to help you become more innovative. If you're more innovative, you can problem solve better. And if you can problem solve better, you are more profitable. And then there's a cycle that goes right back into investing in the future and what we're trying to do. So innovation, there's lots of empirical data on this, creates better problem solving. And we love to draw from history to give these examples. And so our message is always, where's your hidden talent? Who are you not hearing from? And in this industry, there's a lot of folks we're not hearing from.
What do you think companies can be doing today, maybe in the next year, in the very short term, to be encouraging diversity and more women to come into this industry?
We talk a lot about the exposure and just trying to let people know what the industry is all about and the reputation of the industry, what the data center industry is all about. Those are two things that we have to overcome. iMasons is one way that we're trying to do that. In addition, there's other institutions. I just read an article this morning actually. DC Pro has classes for data center technicians that are free for one of these certification courses saying, hey, come into our industry, learn what we do, see what excites you, and then you can go wherever you need to go from there. And the other thing I like to point out is all the people who are in the industry right now, they did not come into it formally educated because the digital transformation is still very new. We do teach a lot on the job as well. What we're looking for is someone who has a sense of interest and purpose and just wants to be hands-on and learn and grow with the industry. At Compass Data Centers in the construction field, we have 100% female CMs in the United States. We really focus on bringing young women into the industry, and I have to tell you, it's been a smashing success. They're crushing and they love it.
I think people perceive in this industry it's engineering, it's technical. They kind of fell into the industry. You mentioned a few skills that women could do to be resilient and hands-on. Is there other skills that you think women should have to excel in this kind of industry?
You know, in my opinion, women already have these skills. A lot of the other businesses that we associate with have transferable skills into our industry. And there's just hundreds of positions available. So when you look at leadership skills, those kinds of attributes, women excel. They're very good at taking risks. They're very good at solving complex problems. And when you look at like the transferables, let's say we're doing assembly or manufacturing or things like that, those are all transferable skills. There's really no limit. And I really believe that women need to understand that we're already there. We just need the door to be open. We need the opportunity. And we need to have the desire to want to grow and move throughout this industry. And I do want to point out, the digital transformation, again, is new when it comes to decades, right? The disciplines in academia have now blended. So whether it's photography, art, music, literature, it's all digital, right? So the blending of these disciplines is very critical to understand, and that is transforming the way we live and interact with each other all around the globe. This is the fourth industrial revolution, and we need all the talent and all of the ideas and all of the innovation to make good decisions going forward.
Do you think that organizations could be doing something in the next year, maybe incubator projects or something that's targeted to bring more diversity into this industry?
I think it's a top-down intention. And there's plenty of things organizations could be doing. And one of them is what Compass is doing, and that is literally making it a priority to bring women into the industry. I do like to tell a story about General Motors because Mary Barra, when she took over as CEO, made an intentional difference to have the steering committee for diversity be the board. Instead of having someone report to the board took responsibility. They were the first Fortune 500 company to reach parity on their board. So as you can see, it works if you have it from the top down. And so that intentional difference is really what's going to matter more than anything. And then education and amplifying. So if you listen to this type of a discussion, share, ripple in the pond, amplify, share, and then get out there and speak about it and expose our industry and how wonderful it is.
If we take it down to the individual level, I hear a lot of feedback from my female colleagues that say, I'm only one person, what could I do? What advice do you have? They're a little bit shy to step forward and say, hey, there's something happening here for women.
Join something, be a part of something. It's amazing to me how many times I've spoken to or been around women who have small followings or just starting out with a great idea. And I learn so much from them, and I amplify what they're doing and vice versa. And then you see this blossom. I feel there's this way of partnering with other industries and people that makes the message louder than what you think you can offer. There's no step that's too small to take here. Don't be afraid to reach out and say something. Reach out to me, reach out to other leaders you see speaking about this. Learn on social media how to do the amplification. Do shout outs to people, do hashtags for people, thank people when they notice something or when they tag you. And I'm saying this intentionally because I want to make sure that you know that makes a bigger ripple in the pond. And the other things I like to point out too is when you're on social media and you're doing hashtags, think about those with disabilities who struggle in being able to read or hear or see. Being conscious of the ways that you do hashtags by using capital letters at the start of each word will matter when the algorithms and the AI are trying to discover these things to help folks who don't have the same abilities as everyone be able to read, understand, and also share.
I read an Uptown report in 2021 about women diversity is about 10%. And I think over the last 3 years, it hasn't really moved. Do you see it accelerating in the short term?
It's a very good point, and it's very slow. In the construction industry, we've had a small squeak of increase. I think we're up to maybe 13% of total women in the industry. In the data center industry, it's still in that 10 plus or minus %, so it's not good. It does feel like the mother of invention is necessity, and right now we have this necessity of needing to bring more talent in, of needing the skilled trades. So here we are at this perfect storm. Let's all do what we can to change our industry to then attract and keep the talent that we're seeking.
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for spending some time with me, sharing your opinions. I wish you all the best at the event today.
Thank you so much. It was great. Good meeting you.